What Have We Learned, Charlie Brown is easily one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And I love the title. I love the double meaning, or the perceived double meaning, of what have they literally learned on their trip, but also what have we, as a society, as various nations, learned as a result of these horrific wars. And I think this is absolutely gorgeous. It's educational, it's sentimental, it definitely made me think, and it's beautifully presented as well. It's a 1983 short, Charlie Brown, directed by Bill Mendelez and written by Charles M. Schulz, of course. And basically, Charlie Brown and the gang are in France, and while they're there, they visit various memorials for primarily the Second World War, but also the First World War. And as they're there, they're reading signs that tell them about the memorials, they're sharing facts between themselves about the things that they're looking at, and it's a really fascinating, interesting way of educating somebody about the wars, but primarily through the perspective of the soldiers who fought uh, at the time, and what it was like, and what the memorials have been left for them. And I learned a few things because I don't know that much about the battles that took place in France. That's definitely one of my areas of weakness, but there were certainly things that I recognized as well. For example, the beautiful poppy fields, and they did actually quote from In Flanders Fields, which I absolutely adore, and it's beautifully delivered and absolutely gorgeous. We also actually hear words from Eisenhower, and he's talking about the battles and the men that went out there not for their own personal gain, not necessarily even for America's personal gain, but to fight to to protect others, and it's chilling and it's haunting, and the animation style is quite creative. We have the usual Charlie Brown animation, but whenever they're depicting scenes from the wars, it's a slightly different style, and it's stunning, and it's gorgeous, and it's mesmerizing. It's absolutely beautiful. Could this be an introduction to World War One and Two? I think you need some background knowledge. So while I think it could start younger children to think about the wars and the various memorials and what the poppy fields represent, I definitely think that it's not exactly a child's introduction. In fact, while it's child friendly, it's not gory and depicting dark, bloody scenes or anything. Well, there is some darkness to it. I don't think it's one that's aimed more at children. Let's be honest, Charlie Brown's not necessarily aimed at children anyway, but oftentimes it is child friendly. And I think that that's important to note here, that I think it's child friendly enough, but it's not going to be an introduction for children. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know if it's my favourite Charlie Brown, because I watch Charlie Brown for, the quirkiness and the comedy, but some of their more sentimental cartoons are actually some of the more powerful. And that's definitely what we get with What If We Learned, Charlie Brown. It's absolutely fantastic.